Hi there, Christoph here. I wanted to share some more thoughts and explorations on the Phoenix UI. Phoenix is a badass wallet. I love it. I want it to be even better than it already is. And the topic of how do we present all these different Bitcoin address and Lightning addresses that we have is quite tricky one. And I'm really curious, where we really should take all this stuff to create the best end user experience. So this is another exploration. Just bear with me, sharing a whole bunch of thoughts here. And like I said, I'm using Phoenix here as a starting point, but it's not meant to be a criticism. Love Phoenix. So the starting point here was a conversation where Steve posted, I basically said, let's get rid of all these names. Let's not use Lightning offer, Lightning invoice, payment code. Let's just call it all an address, right? Just flatten this whole thing for end users. But that's kind of tricky, right? We still need to give them a UI to like pick, these different things. But how do we do that if we don't use those technical names that probably don't make sense to end users? All right, so, and then I said that, I'm not a big fan of kind of the interaction model and information architecture in Phoenix right now. So, and you see different things here. This is the screenshot Steve shared. This is from my iPhone. This is from my Android. And on Android, I can swipe left and right. And here on iPhone, I have this selector here at the bottom. And you'll also see some other differences here, like this show reusable QR versus USB code. This one's a big green button with a red label. This one is slightly different. So just some differences there. And my criticism is basically that, no one knows what Lightning invoice is. And then here, show reusable QR. Like, okay, that means I have to know that this top one is a single use QR, right? Which I only know if I understand what a Lightning invoice is. Right, so, and then, we use the term Lightning here, and at the bottom, the Lightning symbol is used. Like, there's a lot of connections that I have to make, things I have to understand in order to piece all of this stuff together. And then if, let's say, I want to share and I see other words like human readable address, okay, payment code, like what's a code now? Is it same like a QR code? And what's a URI? URI is actually not a common term. URL link is probably the most common term for these things. So it just gets kind of complicated. And then over here we have these nested modals. So, I see my reusable payment request. So when I see show reusable QR code, it says here's your reusable payment request, right? And then when I want to copy it, then I get like more, human readable address, payment code, just kind of a lot to absorb. So my goal was to try to simplify, and I shared some other, I shared this here, which was really about, well, let's say we flip this around, we make it all about, well, we ask the question, what do you want to receive? Do you want to receive one payment or multiple? Like, do you want low fees or do you want, high fees, right? Who wants high fees, really? But is this for lower amounts? Okay, then we use Lightning. Is this for higher amounts? Then, we use the base chain and stuff like that. Or do you want a combo? But then, here my further exploration here, slightly more different. So one of the first things I wanted to do here was to separate two things here, right? There are two addresses here. This Lightning offer here, what's in this QR code is the so-called payment code. Right? So I believe payment code and Lightning offer is the exact same thing, just two different words here. And then this Phoenix wallet here is actually something different, right? It's like a wrapped version of this Lightning offer / payment code. So here I wanted to separate those two a little more clearly, because up here you could get the idea that, oh, this QR code is really just this little thing here, right? They're next to each other. They should be the same thing. It's also curious that there's a Bitcoin symbol right next to it. So yeah, things are being mixed here again. So I just want to separate it, like, okay, here's one box for my instant payments, or I can share my Phoenix address. Right? It's not a offer or human readable, it's just my Phoenix address. Phoenix gave me this address, it explained to me at the beginning that how it works when I set it up, right? It didn't just give it to me. Ideally, there's an onboarding that says, oh, here's your Phoenix address. It's just like your Gmail. Everyone knows it's an email address. Emails are compatible, but it's still a Gmail address. Same type of idea. It's managed by Phoenix. And then at the top here, you have this contained box, copy and share. Now I directly connect it to this one. Like up here, copy, share. You're not sure, am I copy or sharing this one or this one? So now copy and share are right here for instant payments. Instant payments sounds great. That's kind of what I want right now. And then we have these little symbols here for identifiers that this is, that you'll learn. You can kind of ignore it as a user because you understand, oh, instant payment sounds nice. But once you start interacting, I think you can learn a little bit about this. So let's say I tap this box here at the top, this modal slides up, and I can choose my address. It says network here, but you can kind of ignore that. Because this is much bigger, your eyes are more drawn to this. Do I want instant payments or regular payments? And then it says fast, low fee, Lightning Network, slow, high fee, Bitcoin Network. No mention of address or showing of addresses. It just says like, these are the benefits, this is what it's for. And then it still says like which network you're using. And then, I'm using Lightning here, which is kind of common. A actual chain is used a lot of times, refer to the blockchain, to the Bitcoin network. But I don't like the chain very much because I think there's also used for links quite a lot. And so I use a block here. I think, blockchain. I think it works a little bit better. It's not a standard, but why not throw things out there? So I choose my address. I want my instant address or my regular address, or I want to share both. And then the sender chooses. So I click this combo, and then I can also choose multiple payments or one payment. Right? This could be collapsed. It could be by default to multiple payments. In the future, we just share static addresses. So this could be a secondary thing hidden somewhere. For now, I just exposed it. So I pick one of these, and I pick one of these. And then modal goes down, and then I see something like that. Here I picked both. So I see a little lightning here, a little block here, and I see a little infinite symbol here. So I can make infinite payments or receive infinite. And I pick two addresses. That's what I'm sharing. And because my Phoenix address does not include this particular configuration, it's not visible here anymore. Right? Because that's probably just for my Lightning offer. Or if I just want to share like a single use blockchain, base chain, one chain address, it says regular address, little block, 1x. So we have a little visual representation and the text here. And of course the QR code, I didn't update those. And then if I want to share it, if I want to press copy, like I really think this is problematic here, where we have like address, code, URI, another code, and we have show all this stuff here. I think I'm either sharing the address itself, or I'm sharing a link that people can click, or I'm copying the QR code, which is image of this, right? So it's just like whatever I'm looking at, this is the transportation mechanism, the communication medium, the communication channel, the format in which this information is being transported, communicated. That's what I'm picking. Like very simple. Address, clickable link, or the QR code. So that's where I am right now. This probably still sucks in some ways. Maybe it's good in some other ways. Just want to throw it out there and hopefully maybe move the conversation a little bit forward. So thanks for tuning in.